Getting started on YouTube sucks, but I'm only half serious. The truth of it is, it's pretty overwhelming, stressful, and anxiety inducing, at least for me. And this idea of talking to a camera, even though there's nobody here, it's like giving that critic in your head a megaphone to blast you with self doubt. And then when you think about everything else that's involved, titles, thumbnails, audio, lighting, post production, it can be a lot and it sucks. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to suck. And in this, my very first video on YouTube, I'm going to cover two main things. The first, I'm going to do a little bit of an intro on who I am and what I'm doing here on YouTube. And then the second thing is going to be a little bit about my experience that has gotten me to this point of actually recording a video and the things that I've learned that have helped me overcome the initial fear of starting. So I imagine for those of you who may be watching this, you are probably in a similar boat. Maybe you're just exploring what it's like to start out on a new YouTube channel. Maybe you're checking out other content creators' very first videos so that you can compare them to yours to make you feel better. I'm pretty confident this is making you feel a lot better about your first videos. So let's just jump right into it and I'll introduce myself. My name is Ty and I'm a mid 40s regular dude. I live in Denver, Colorado. And for the last 20 years, I've been working in corporate America. And I'm at a point where I've decided I want to do something a little bit different. So I decided I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And this YouTube channel is going to be exclusively dedicated to helping other people who are in a similar situation as me, who maybe want to make that leap from one career to the next. Maybe they want to start a business on YouTube. Maybe they want to develop and grow some additional skills. So I want to be an extra voice of encouragement, inspiration, confidence. And I also want to bring to you the things that I'm learning so that you can learn from my mistakes, from my successes. So I've hit a little bit on what this channel is going to be about, but I want to dive in a little bit more on why I'm doing this. There's really three main things. The first is the impact that I hope to make by helping to inspire other people who've been just like I've been, where they've been fearful and they were reluctant to take that first step. So I really want to help people come to realize that it doesn't matter where you've been in your life or how you think about yourself. There's always room for reinvention and there's always room to develop new skills and to stretch yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. The second thing is going to be I want to build additional skills and confidence for myself. I think being able to communicate clearly on camera to a broad audience is such a great skill to have, especially in today's environment where you can be a solo content creator at home or you can be in a large corporate environment and still have a lot of influence over those around you, being able to deliver compelling content over a video platform. And then the third is this idea of really flexing a creative muscle. So, as you can imagine, in a regular corporate 9 to 5, I don't have the ability to really build something from scratch that has my thumbprint on it start to finish. And even if I did, it would then become part of the giant corporate machine and it wouldn't really be mine to begin with. With YouTube, everything you do on this platform is yours and yours alone. So I really want to have that experience of creating something from scratch with zero subscribers and zero experience and to see what it's like to grow that over time. Okay, so what problems do I hope to solve with this channel? The first, like I mentioned, is helping people overcome their fears or their anxieties about being on camera and getting started on YouTube. The second thing is, I would love to educate on all the different tools and software that are out there that can help people be more effective with editing, with thumbnail generation, and all the other things that go into creating effective social content. And then the third, I think, is going to be about creating a safe space for those who maybe don't already have a community or a place to go for encouragement. I'll talk about community here in a minute, but I want to be able to foster a bit of an environment for people to collaborate, to get to know each other, to struggle together and to learn from each other's experiences. And so, what can you expect from this channel? As I mentioned, all things YouTube channel growth, tutorials, tips, tricks, screen shares, process flow, education. And then on top of that, just sharing my overall experience, talking about the YouTube studio, analytics, monetization, all the stuff that goes into being effective on YouTube as I learn it and as I trial and error it. I hope to convey that back to you guys, my audience. Okay. So that wraps up the intro and a little bit about the channel background and purpose. Let me talk about the three things that I've found to be pretty valuable in helping me overcome some of the fears that I've had about starting my first YouTube video. So the first thing is finding a community. And the reason this is important is because of social accountability and hearing from other people's experiences, and also this two-way encouragement cycle that occurs when you're part of a community of people that are doing something similar to what you're doing. So, if you find a community of individuals who are also trying to start out on YouTube, or maybe they specialize in the niche that you're interested in, hearing from them, listening to their experiences, internalizing that, and providing them guidance and insight, resources, and encouragement, that does something to you subconsciously. It does some self affirmations and it helps to build your confidence up as well. So it's a really beautiful thing to be able to provide for that person. And then in return, they can give you some encouragement as well for those days that you're not feeling particularly motivated or maybe demoralized by the progress that you're making. So don't sleep on finding a community. This is one of the most important things you can do when starting out on YouTube. Now, the second thing is going to be your first videos don't actually matter. Yes, that's right. The video you're watching right now, or probably not watching because nobody's watching this video, does not matter. And I want to give Rob the Maritimer a shout out because this whole idea he mentioned on a video yesterday. And I felt so inspired after watching it that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to record the video. I don't care how it comes out. I'm just going to talk to the camera and get it over with. I'm going to take that first step because he's absolutely right. Your very first videos likely will never get any views. If they do, who cares? It's not going to be that many people watching. The people you know in your real life, they're definitely not going to see them unless you share it with them. So there's no judgment. There's really nothing to worry about. And these are going to be some of the most important lessons learned when you post your first few videos of one, going through the process of doing it, and then two, seeing how people may respond to it. And the beauty part is you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to worry too much. You don't have to make it perfect. You just have to record it and you just have to upload it and you have to go through the motion, through the exercise. In the next tip, we talk about doing the reps. You just have to do the repetitions of this exercise of getting your first 10 videos up, as imperfect as they're going to be. And then you learn and you learn over time. So if you have something holding you back from recording your first video, here's my recommendation: get a pen, get a piece of paper, write down a list of all of the things that are holding you back. Maybe it's my mic's not good, or I don't have good lighting, or I don't really know what to say, or I don't know how to edit. Like, just put them all on a piece of paper and then go outside and light it on fire. It doesn't matter. This could be very therapeutic if you actually do it. So that's my recommendation. Just burn it to a crisp. They don't matter. It's all about the experience and the repetitions. Okay, here's my third and final tip. This is a broad one. It is focus on the process. So I've got a quote here from an author, James Clear. You may have heard of him. He wrote the book Atomic Habits. The quote is: "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." So, this is important because everyone has the same goals, but not everyone has the same systems. If you have a superior system, you will succeed over someone who doesn't have a superior system. So, start to think more clearly about what your day to day looks like and build out a plan, whether it is a content plan of videos and their release date. Get that written out because that will give you some structure from which to reverse engineer and work on. If you don't have any structure or deadlines, you're going to miss uploading. You're never going to get it done. Earlier, I mentioned putting in the reps with respect to uploading your first videos, but this is the same for everything. All of your systems, you're going to be doing every single day. So create a framework by which you can work on all of these different items at a regular interval where you can get incrementally better so that over time you've built up enough experience and confidence and muscle memory that these tasks then become very easy and fluid for you. And before you know it, all of this anxiety or fear about starting or lack of confidence, it just disappears because you've got so much experience at that point. Now, if you're struggling in a specific area, like camera confidence, for example, or script writing or editing, my recommendation is do some research, watch some YouTube videos, but also consider enrolling in a course, maybe an inexpensive course to start just to get your feet wet. You'd be surprised what you can take away from completing a short online course, whether it's a week long or a month long. Maybe it's $50 or a couple $100. There's a lot of really good courses out there that can help inspire you to work on different exercises, to build your confidence, to get those reps in that we've talked about. And then once you complete them, that's something you can check off the list as having done and having accomplished. And that in of itself will give you a boost in confidence. And then finally, as it relates to process, start to think about the information that you consume. And by that, I mean, what are you doing to better yourself? Are you watching trash content on your phone that doesn't do anything to aid in your ability to improve? Or are you reading? Or are you watching long form video content, how to's, and tutorials? And then are you putting that into practice? So, my recommendation as it relates to process and building habits every single day is to find some books, put them in a queue, and just work through them little by little. Books that will help on your self improvement, on your confidence, on your habit building. In the end, all of these things will build on top of themselves and create a better version of you over time. And that's ultimately what you're looking for. Okay, so those are my 3 insights. And if you're still with me, thank you for making it this far into the video. If you found any value, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button, or leave a comment below if you want to engage. Until next time, have a great rest of your day.